Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I'm going to be reviewing the Fenty Beauty products. I don't have everything, but I have majority of her stuff. I think the only thing I'm really missing is like the Invisimatte blotting powder and like her actual like blotting paper, but majority of the products are here and we're going to try all of them out and I'm going to give you my 2 cents on them. I know that there's a lot of reviews out already about this product, but I thought it'd be like a nice welcome back, coming back to YouTube. I know I haven't been uploading for quite some time, almost a year now, but I will be uploading a video separate to this one that will explain all of the stuff that has been going on. So I already have my eyes and my brows done. The Fenty Beauty products don't really have anything for that. They're mostly like focusing on making the skin look really awesome, giving that like super blurred out matte look. So yeah, it's just pretty much all complexion for today and also the super cool lip gloss. So let's get right on to the video. So I've already prepped my face. The only thing that I haven't done is primer, and I am going to be using the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Primer. This one's a soft matte. It's really nice. I've used her foundations with other primers and I find that this is the best one to go along with the foundation. And it's pretty cool. It's very like liquidy, almost like a lotion rather than like a super mattifying. It's not like the Benefit Poreless texture or the Smashbox texture. It literally feels like applying a creamier version of the Too Faced Hangover Primer. I really focus it on my T-zone where I know that I get really oily throughout the day. My nose, no matter what primer I use, gets a little bit of shine, but since my skincare routine has been a lot better the last couple of months, I've gone from super oily to like normal to oily. I still get a little bit here, like I said, but it's nothing too crazy. I did grab her Pro Filter foundation, and I'm in the shade 250. This one right here, the first time I used it, also this is not the first time I'm using the product. I've been using it at work on clients, and I did use it the last couple of days this week. I just wanted to give you guys a full rounded view of my opinions about the products. The first time I used this though, so I'm going to use 1 pump for a medium coverage on my face. 1 pump literally like covers a lot already. And I am using my beauty blender. I didn't purchase her actual sponge because I have like a ton of beauty blender backups, so I didn't want to have to purchase another one and then not use it. So what was I saying? It's so hard to do this while like talking at the same time. The first time I used her foundation, I actually wasn't too happy about it on myself. It looked really good on my clients at work, and then it looked really good on like in pictures, and I've read reviews and I've seen pictures and stuff, but the first time I ever actually used it on myself, I didn't really appreciate it. I just feel like it, like, I have oily skin and I like matte finishes, but I feel like it looks so dry on my skin. It just felt like powder on top of my skin and I wasn't too happy about it. And also the first time I tried it, I went to work, and usually my full coverage foundations last me the entire day at work without any separation, without anything happening. I also like chose the wrong shirt to wear to this, but yeah, I like used it, and after my 6th hour work, so like that was probably my 7th hour of having it on, it separated really bad on like my nose and around this area where my pores are like the biggest. And honestly, like I've never had that problem with any of my foundations. So I don't know, like the first time I used it, I was really disappointed. I didn't want to give up on it, so I tried to use it again the second day and it was a little bit better. Like I still didn't appreciate that it separated or that it looked a little dry on my skin, but I think I learned to like it. Also, the one thing I like really that really bothered me about this foundation is that I get creasing on my smile lines all the time. Like with no matter what foundation I'm using, it's just going to happen just because my smile lines are very deep. So I wasn't expecting it to not crease, but I did not expect it to crease as much as it did. It's just like, I don't know. I love the product though. Like I've been using it on my clients, and on my clients it looks amazing. Like I have clients that are like, oh, I'm looking for like a full coverage, but I don't want it to feel heavy on my skin. So for those clients, this works really, really well. And also for oilier clients, this works really, really well. For drier clients though, not so much. So if you have dry skin, but your skincare routine is like amazing and you're pretty much like normal after you do your whole prep and you have no texture on your skin, you've exfoliated and all of that good stuff, you should be fine. It's not like super drying on the skin, and it does feel like skin. The only thing is that if you're the type of person who gets like a little bit patchy in some areas, it will stick to texture. Like it will emphasize that texture. Okay, so this is the full coverage on my skin. I don't have that much texture on my skin anymore. I've been like getting like a pimple or two. Like I have a couple right there and right there. And my skin has been pretty decent lately, so it's really fine. With this foundation too, I will say you don't have to set it. So I use this is my fourth time actually using the foundation. So the first time I wasn't really liking it. The second time was okay. The third time I was a lot happier with it. The first time I did use a different primer. The second time I used the Pro Filter primer, and then the third time I also used the Pro Filter. So that's why I think it works the best with that primer, because I really didn't feel as dry as the first time I used it. And also, I found that my skin does look a lot better. It minimizes pores. It is very soft matte. So it does whatever it says it does. It just like, if your skin type isn't made for it, it's not the best foundation. The Pro Filter foundation is awesome, depending on your skin type, but also not my favorite. Like it's okay. I still like it, but I would still gravitate towards like my Bare Minerals Bare Pro foundation, which is amazing. If you haven't ever tried that, it's like Estee Lauder Double Wear, and then the Bare Minerals is like right here, and then like Laura Mercier is probably right here. So the matchsticks I actually haven't ever tried. This is the trio that you can get for like 67 Canadian dollars. I got the one with bamboo, mocha, and trippin. I liked. I've actually tried this. Not on myself, I've tried it on my clients, and it's like a hit and miss. Some clients, it like blended like butter. It was so nice and so beautiful on. And then some clients, it looked really patchy. And I've seen the same like reviews online where some people were like, oh my god, this is amazing. And then some people were like, oh, I don't know about this. It like looks patchy. Kind of weird. What I would suggest though is, because they are cream to powder finish, so I should probably like apply this on. Like these are like completely new. I just literally took them out of the box. So I'm gonna start with the concealer in bamboo. So the first time I used these was during the training, and I found that they were like really drying, but I used it on a client yesterday and it worked really well. So I think it's just like a matter of like what your skin type is. But also I find that it applies a lot better when you warm it up first rather than just going straight to your face. So for this one, I'm just gonna apply it on my palm, like so. I'm gonna grab a small concealer brush and I'm gonna pick that up, and I'm gonna apply it on my under eyes. I love these products because I'm happy that I don't have to set my face for it, but at the same time, I'm just scared that it's like too matte. So far it looks fine. I think that looks fine. I mean, I'm gonna contour it. I don't usually use a super light under eye concealer because I don't like it to be super light, but I mean, like, it doesn't look bad. And I know I'm still gonna contour, so that's fine. And it blended really well with a brush. I think it'll give the same effect if you're using a sponge. I just find that I like the brush because when I use this for my concealer, I just feel like my eyes are so small and my face is so tiny that it literally takes, like, look at that. Look at this. It's literally right up against my face and it's like so big. So I like using a brush for my concealer. This is the Pro Mini Flawless Airbrush from Sephora. It's what you get when you reach rouge. So if you guys are ever looking for a foundation brush or like a small concealer brush, this works really well. Now we're gonna go into the cream contouring. I will be honest, I don't do cream contouring. I suck at it, or like I feel like I suck at it. I did it in a couple of videos way back, but I did use like the Pro Conceal like concealer, so they're more creamy. I've never actually tried to do it with a stick, and I feel like I would just suck at like blending it. If this blends out really well, that means that one, it's super blendable for product, and two, even people that don't know how to do contouring will be able to do contouring. So this shade is Mocha, and I'm gonna do the same thing that I did to the concealer highlighter matte thing, but we're just gonna warm this up in my hand. I like doing this too because it gives you product control. Just in case you don't want to apply too much, this is a really good way to control your product because you're pretty much like, it's like powder, you're like picking it up and then putting it on your face. I'm gonna use the same brush. I'm just gonna pick that up and then we're just gonna go.
Oh yeah.
So now we're just gonna blend this out. I really like this brush. So that's blending pretty well. I don't think it's moving the foundation at all, which is really good. I just feel like my contouring is so much better when it's powder. Like it's just blended so much better. That looks pretty good. I really like this brush. Kind of happy I spent $1,000 at Sephora now. Oh, I really chose like the worst shirt to wear to this. This isn't that bad. It's actually blended really well. I think because it's such like a dry consistency, not necessarily like dry, but just like not so creamy consistency, that you have more product control and you can really blend it super easy. It looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. Bless. Yeah, it doesn't look like it moved my foundation. But yeah, I think this works really well. So far we've tried the contour and the matte highlighter. And then this one, the shade right here is called Trippin'. And this is like a super pretty like peachy gold reflect. It looks really cool. I really like it. So I just applied it as like sort of a highlight on my nose. I don't know if you guys can see it. Maybe I'll just use it in a different video. I really want to use Kilowatt for my highlights, so just do that. But overall, the matchsticks are really good. It worked really well on my skin. Doesn't look patchy at all, and I've seen a lot of videos where it's like patchy. So I don't know. So far, my overall review of every product is that it doesn't work for all skin types. It's definitely more for like the normal to oily people. It works and blends a lot better. But I mean, like if you're not really worried about like the texture, and if you're just buying the foundation works for all skin types. Just make sure that you're prepping your skin. And now we're gonna go into just like rub my hands together. So we're just gonna apply a little bit of bronzer and then a little bit of blush, and then we'll go into highlighting and applying. This is my new favorite gloss. It's so good. It smells like bubblegum, and I think everyone should buy it because it's also really inexpensive. I'm going to be using the matte bronzer shade from my really ratty Kat Von D contour palette on a big fluffy brush. So for blush, I'm going to be using my Tarte 12 Hour Amazonian Clay Blush. This is the one that comes in their birthday gift this year from Sephora. It's like the shade Party with 3 A's because they're extra. We're gonna move into highlighting. So I have two of our highlighters. I have the shade Mean Money and Hustler Baby, which is this nice pink gold reflex. It's really pretty on. Really, out of all of the highlighters, this is probably one of my favorite ones. And I do have Trophy Wife, which is the one that everyone is like living for. This is like beautiful on dark skin tones. It's so pretty. It's super intense on like lighter and medium skin just because you can see every reflect, but on darker skin it's so pretty. It is super extra though. I mostly use this, like I've used this a couple of times. The first time I used it and I applied it on my face, I was like, okay, that's like a little too much. So it's really good. I'm going to use it as a highlighter, and I'm going to show you guys how I figured out to use it so it's not too intense, but you still get that nice glow. With this one, it is a duo, so this one has more of that like satiny finish and this one has more of that shimmery finish. I like using the Hustler Baby the best, but I also like to use the Hustler Baby on top of Mean Money, but I mostly use Hustler Baby because it's beautiful. I do have it on my eyes right now. So since I already used this on my eyes, I'm going to be using the Trophy Wife, like I said, for highlighter. So the way I use this guy, I'm just going to literally like do that. Pat this on top. I hope it looks as good as it does. Oh my god, that's so actually so nice. This looks really good. I want to apply it on top of the Trippin' highlight. I think I like the Trippin' highlight more on like darker skin tones. I can't like stop looking at myself at the viewfinder because the highlight is just let's move on because I talk too much and this video is probably gonna be like 30 minutes long. But my skin looks really, really good. It looks like skin. It's not heavy or it's not drying. I don't feel like there's any tightness on my face, which I usually feel for like super full coverage foundation. I really like it. This has not looked this good the first few times that I used it, so I'm kind of happy. And now that everything's done, I'm gonna set my face with the Hangover setting spray from Too Faced. We are going to be applying her the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. There's only one that she came out with, but it works on every skin tone. I've seen it on everyone. It looks amazing. I wasn't a big fan of glosses, but now they're really growing on me and I'm like obsessed. I really like this. This color just brings like a little bit of like definition to my lips without like being too crazy. And also it just looks wet, which I like. Perfect. So this is the look. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm so happy to be back on YouTube. I'm really happy I'm uploading this and that I finished it. I'm so glad this is done and I'm gonna go edit it right after I film this. So subscribe to my channel if you really like this video, or if you like any other of my videos. Comment below what other videos you'd like me to start doing soon, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Fenty Beauty. Hello. I don't think that this is super for bright eyes. 12-hour foundation, or